Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Shadow Hearts. Last time, Alice fell ill, and Zhuzhen took her place. I also did a couple of battles off screen, not too many. I did not level up a light, though you may want to, not necessarily just for the next boss, but for the next couple after. It's entirely up to you. I'm not going to try and make life a little more difficult for myself, but yeah. Before moving too much further, you probably have got enough to get the wind elemental guy from here. New creature is born. Fight the fusion monster. Yeah! Now, when you're fighting the level 1 fusion monsters, there's not a whole lot to it. You basically just fuse into whatever you have. In this case, I'm going to go Raging Tiger because then I can do more damage. But for the most part, the level 1s don't matter. Their abilities aren't enough to make a huge bit of difference. I'm just going to go straight for the normal attacks. Later on, when we have to fight some of the higher leveled ones, it will actually matter which ones we use. Actually, in my test run, I was able to find that some of the battles against some of these fusions are actually somewhat difficult. This one has increased its agility. Now, agility has a number of different purposes. I'll go over, I guess, now is probably as good a time as any to go over what all the different stats do in this game, since I've neglected to do so up until now. Wind Shear is the base attack. I'm not particularly worried about that. HP is exactly what you think it is. It's your hit points. MP is your magic points, basically the same. Sanity, we've already gone over. Strength, of course, influences your physical attack power. Now, it always will influence your physical attack power from your normal attacks. Your special attack power always influences the amount of damage you'll do with special attacks. Even if those special attacks, such as, say, Grenade, should probably be more on the physical side. There are some other ones that are even worse examples of that. We'll get to that later. But, feeling with jealousy boils within. We got Tornado. I would recommend you equip Tornado. It is quite useful in the upcoming fight, and then pretty much never again. But we at least have it, and that'll make life a little bit easier for us. I'm not going to fill out the Malice right now. You don't have to just because you come here, so don't worry about that. Your Vitality is your physical defense, less damage from physical attacks. Your Intelligence is your magical attack power or your special damage. The thing is if your special attack power, your Intelligence, is too low, you can actually miss with both items and with magic, so you got to be aware of that. Same with your physical attack power and actually being able to hit the enemies. I think that one has a slight influence on there. Luck does a few different things in this game. Increases the chance of dealing a critical damage, which does 50% more damage. Let's see, a death weapon. A weapon that inflicts death, or a skill actually has a higher chance of killing the enemy, higher chance of avoiding damage, so evade. Physical and special evade are basically, if you look in here, P evade and S evade are very much tied to the amount. Change. Yeah, I can't really select it right now, but it's very much tied. Who has something that has more stats? Yeah, that one doesn't lower it enough. But yeah, it's very much tied to your physical defense and also your luck stat. If you find a way of increasing your luck, which we will later, that will influence our evade. Let's see here. Power is, or POW is the... let's see here. It is the special defense variant of there. Increase that to take less special damage. And agility. Coordinates reaction speed, but the thing is, agility means you get your turn more often, which makes sense. However, and not all guides seem to note this, it speeds up the judgment ring. So we got a new ability, or a new soul, on Tornado there. Actually, let's go into special skills. We can take a better look at it here. No. Falcon raises agility. Not only will this make you take more turns, but it speeds up the Judgment Ring as well. And this is why the Tornado fusion really isn't all that useful. Agility is something that will slowly increase throughout the game in a way that's almost unnoticeable because you continue to kind of get better, and it's going up by such a small amount that you don't even notice it. You just kind of get used to it over the course of the game. In using this to increase it by 15 points, it makes a huge difference and it screws up your muscle memory. So I would not recommend doing that at all. Formation. I think I want everyone in the back row. Wonder why. Also, there, leave. You're fully healed. And quick save. And then we're ready to go. As far as equip goes, it's basically the same. I've got the Voodoo Doll just because it increases special defense. No other reason. I don't expect to die, so I put it on Yuri because he's less likely to die. Something to increase your defense. Leave the pedometer on always. The Jade Lariat you could take off if you don't like that. We don't need leather belts upcoming. I'll give him that instead of the Jade Lariat. I just don't like it. It changes the kind of the strike zone, messes with my muscle memory. So anyway, once we've done that, make sure you got the item out of the area there. We can go over here. And what have we over here? Mark that's summoning all the specters, huh? Interesting. Sure. Let me at it. We know that sound. Yamaraja is back, and he's covered in skulls. Yamaraja always looked badass. Yamaraja wind. Considering the last one, anyone want to guess that this guy has nothing to do with wind? He's Earth. He's Earth Elemental. Why does this game lie to me? The game continues to lie. He is Earth Elemental. He is also immune to physical damage, or takes almost no physical damage from your attacks, or 1 or something like that. So you gotta target him with magical attacks, which is why everyone's in the back row. We don't need to be in the front. He's Earth Elemental, 900 HP. He doesn't use any status effects we need to worry about. Let's become Tornado and deal more damage with our elemental attacks this way, as opposed to trying to deal physical damage, since we're definitely not going to do that. Luckily, they give us some nice abilities to work with. We have Zhuzhen and Margaret. They can both use pretty powerful spells here. Thought I missed that one for a second. I was like, oh. Wind Shear. Nice. Lots of damage there. Oh, another perfect. I like it. Yeah, he's got 900 HP. It's not going to take too long to take him down. If somebody needs to heal, and that will happen, pick either Zhuzhen or Margaret. He can use Flying Stones, which of course you may remember is the ability that our Earth Summon can use. They reuse a number of different abilities in this game, so just kind of be aware of that. When he came back, he had learned a new ability. This one adds fire to elemental attacks. Not that we really care about that, but it's there. It might be useful later. Oops, I was way off on that one. I believe Zhuzhen is 1 level lower, and I think, yeah, his attack, even if I had gotten a critical, wouldn't have done as much as Margaret. So Zhuzhen will do the healing if need be. There's another perfect. That's what I like to see. If you're not getting perfects, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. You can get better at the Judgment Ring. You know, that's why I don't talk a lot of the time when I'm trying to go for perfects, is because that would distract me and I wouldn't be able to do it. But you'll get better over the course of the game. This is my second playthrough, you know, that I've started in the past few months. So that's why I'm starting off a little better than, you know, a lot of other people would have, and how much better than I did when I was playing it during my test run there. Let's heal you. No perfect there. Don't need it, but oh well. Alright. Wow. I'm on point with the perfects today. Love it. But yeah, I think, yeah, you're already sagging. Nothing too much to worry about with this guy. Oop. Whoa. Yeah, see, there it said hit. I flinched and I pressed the button way too soon. Is it gonna kill him? Nope. This is his other attack. He can use a physical attack, he can use flying stones, and he can do shockwave. This is why I said you may want to have the light elemental fusion, because the light elemental has an all healing ability. So as we continue on with the game, we're probably going to want access to it. He's already sagging, so I'm just going to go straight for the kill. He's not long for this world. But yeah, when you get hit on the Judgment Ring, it's because you weren't even close to the good area. So just kind of be aware that if you screw up too much, you'll do even less damage. And perfects all around for Yuri today. Good. And Yamaraja falls down. So yeah, hide in the back row to take less damage from physicals. Hopefully you have the tornado summon or fusion. If not, don't worry too much about it. Yeah, look at all of that. Now you learn the healing spell. Look at all that money we got from that fight. Excellent. I love it. Nourishing potion heals HP and what else? It heals paralysis? I can't remember. You may want to keep a save file from before this boss in case you struggle with an upcoming boss, because there are no more light-based elemental fiends between now and the next boss, and you may want that light fusion for that boss. Just kind of be aware of that. There's a good question. Villagers worship the blue dragon at an undersea shrine. Okay. Oh, so this is only a recent thing then. Sounds somewhat familiar. Yeah, except for in Zhaoyang, it was 6 months ago. 6 months ago, their votive picture thing that they were talking about, their idol thing was stolen, or was disposed of, or something like that, and it was protecting the village, and then all the demons moved in once it was no longer protecting them. Mr. Smarty Sage, you know who the big boss is, right? Yeah, seems, wait, what? Oh, so you kind of knew it, and you were just hiding the information, giving us a chance to learn about it from a dog. Sure, why not? He plays Puppet Master, does he? Control of the entire continent. Forbidden magic. Now, why does he want Alice? That's the important thing. So is that going to heal Alice? Okay. Yeah, there are no more random encounters, so if you, like I said, if you want to be protected, you know, and have that all healing ability for an upcoming boss, you may want to do that. The other thing you want to do is, the way that they do things is they don't give you a chance to change characters to move equipment around, even though the characters will be moving together, and Zhuzhen won't be in the active party for an upcoming sequence. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove everything from him now, just so that I have access to it for somebody else. And look who's all better. Oh, by the way, spoiler, she's all better. That's why I was unequipping Zhuzhen. Yeah, that's right. She didn't appear. You're blaming karma for bringing us all together. I just thought it was the game devs. As long as there's no more voice acting. Oh god, there's more voice acting. No. I'm kidding. Don't worry. Yeah, they don't do a lot of voice acting, but yeah, we had that really bad voice acting from last time. It does show up from time to time. None of it is anywhere close to that bad. That was the main reason why I used the that as a hint for the when we were guessing at the LP there, just because that was just horrible. It's got the dragon and the tortoise. And there seems to be two more. The Villainous Dehuai. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, otherwise I'm just sounding like an idiot. But, you know, what's new? Okay, then. We're just going to straight out acknowledge that, never mind. The hell with it. Yeah, she's basically designed around this, you know, gothic Lolita kind of look. I think it's like a cultural thing in Japan. I remember that came up in a textbook one time. You know, you just, all of a sudden you're flipping through the textbook and all of a sudden there's, you know, this like black goth formed with like a Victorian, you know, like fashion styles on, you know, these young Japanese girls. I was like, wait, what's going on here? What textbook am I looking at here? Can't remember what course that was for. Anthropology? No. Maybe it was psychology. I have no idea off the top of my head. I know that's in one of my books somewhere, buried under who knows how many things. Can you tell us anything? Yeah. Okay, so you don't know what's going on as much as the rest of us, except for Zhuzhen seems to have a slight bit more knowledge. So there we go. There's finally they acknowledge it, that she is the lost daughter of the priest that was traveling in France a month ago, which I guess was when that opening took place. Last thing he said was, "The Dark Warlocks trying to bring about the valorization." Again, I don't know what these words mean. And I won't let them make you their key. Interesting. Alice is a key. Well, those with power seek more power. Not sure what happened in between Roger murdering her father and her being on the train. I don't think that's ever really acknowledged, but they give us this line, and I guess something happened and she was able to escape. I'm not sure how that works, but they don't go into any more detail. No, we're not going to keep running forever. Not in a JRPG. That sounds like a much better idea. Another valorization. Again, 15 years ago. Though for some reason it's spelt out this time instead of in, you know, actual numbers. Not sure why. Oh, well that's not something I want. Countless people lost their lives. Now, that might be reference to specific earthquakes that happened 15 years, like this was what, 1915 so far that this game is taking place in. So I'm not sure if there was a lot of earthquakes that occurred in the real world in the year 1900 or in and around that time. But if so, then that's kind of what they're alluding to. There's a number of situations, as I've mentioned before, where this kind of thing references real life, but it doesn't always. You know, it's a game. They can only draw, you know, the similarities to real life so far, especially when they already have ideas that they want to work with. It didn't work, huh? Oh, end of the world. A certain man, huh? Plotting his comeback. That's why when we saw him earlier, he was missing a hand or an arm and a leg. Insert Full Metal Alchemist here. The Demon's Gate Invocation again. Yeah, see, these guys haven't heard of it yet. We, you know, the audience, we've already seen this. So let's go to Shanghai and stop them. Can't keep running forever. Gotta learn why. Yeah, she didn't want to go. Like I was saying before, you know, she had reason to stick around. Now, not so much. But she decides to stick around anyway. At least they give you 1 point, you know, beforehand. It's not like they can stay around forever, you know, and have a reason each and every time. That would be really difficult to put in, other than, you know, it's like, oh, I want to protect these people that I've gotten to know, or I want to stop, you know, this big baddie trying to destroy the world. True. Especially around Margaret. Female voice. What boat? Smuggler boss?
It's a trap!
Thank you, Admiral Akbar. That portrait may look familiar to you. That smuggler boss had a different name before, didn't she? A certain Lieutenant Colonel. Didn't expect you to get into the port this late. Or didn't expect to get into the port this late. Gotta protect your goods, huh? It's a little late for an honest trader to be out there. Not traitor, trader. I'm a courier. Not buying it. Not at all. I love how they do this. They obviously use the same portrait. They don't like dress it up or anything like that. They don't change the sprite. Everything looks the same, so the player knows what's going on, but they don't. I'm a smuggler. Oh boy. A bit euphemistic? Yeah, I don't know that one either. Put it on screen.
Cool, that explains everything.
I did not expect that to become the running gag for this LP. You know, words I've never heard of before. But so many have shown up that damn well I'm going to keep putting clips up. Thank you, Google, for providing definitions. got a boat? Let's go. Thinks it's a fishing boat. Lets it right through the checkpoints. Well, I would hope so. They know you're on it. Even if it's human. Hopefully it's not a corpse. Yeah, what do you want? I'm a little short on cash, even though I'm sure she doesn't really care about the cash. That's the only thing that would make sense that a smuggler would want, so... yeah. How much money do you want? We didn't even talk about how much it was. Usually in JRPGs, it's either really, really cheap or really, really unbearably expensive. Well, I don't like her. I wonder why, Malkovich. Yeah, she doesn't know, and they actually included this line earlier when we met Margaret, that she doesn't know what Kawashima looks like, which is what allows this scene to go on and her, Kawashima's subterfuge to actually work here. As long as it does work. We don't know how long it'll work for, or if it's going to work at all. Well, they seem to have, they seem to see something, though they're not sure what. Call it a night, get some rest. Let's be going now. And we can take a quick nap. And we get more dialogue. At least I got a little rest. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean, what other kids? Margaret's already left. You were dead asleep. Let's get going. I see somebody. Good place to settle. No, I don't think we need any of that right now. Before doing anything else, downstairs. We've lifted the curse from this village. Killed all the monsters. You saved us. Have my treasure. This one's important. The flare brooch. Probably one of the best accessories we have for quite some time for Yuri. I will show it off momentarily here. I also want to pull up. There we go. We can get some other items. I think I'm going to get those at the start of the next episode, since we're already somewhat long. I'm trying to keep the episodes, to 20-25 minutes, but it's not always working out for me. Some of these cutscenes are long. But anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.